wouldn't he just like come over to Jeff's house and just sit around in his boxers?
No, he came over to our apartment and sit around in his boxers.
Okay, yeah.
Like, open the door, pants down.
God, I love our friends.
Me too. They're
Speaking of debauchery, welcome to Tudor. I hardly know her.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Just learned a lot about what kind of people we hang out with.
Yeah, you guys care about our personal lives, don't you?
They
No,
do.
You don't.
Yes, they do.
They did for that Q&A episode, and they're like, okay, these guys are boring.
No, I think they care about our personal lives.
Do you want more personal life talk or less?
Me
Let
or-
us know.
I mean,
I like doing it because I don't get to see Jeff and Emily as much as I used to. So this is like us catching up and reminiscing. And
well, I like hearing a little bit about it because I feel like it makes, like, I like listening to podcasts where they talk a little bit about their personal lives because I feel like it really makes it a lot friendlier. Like, My Favorite Murder, Karen and Georgia share so much about their personal lives, and it's kind of cool because it really does feel like they're friends. Which is
in case you guys didn't know, Emily fucking loves that podcast.
I do.
She brings it up so much that you think that they were paying her.
I do. They're not, but I do love that podcast.
Also, stall for time.
Woo! Did he just run away?
Garrett just left the podcast.
Are you back? Are we good?
No, yeah, I'm back.
Did you just have to like run around the block really quickly?
I'm trying to be more health conscious, so like every once in a while, I just stand up and do a lap around the
It
house.
just sprints and then comes right back.
Sprint, sprint, sprint.
No, I went to go get my vaporizer because I'm having a
Because-
Nick fit.
Because you got a vape. Garrett's got a vape.
You know what? It actually. See, I've had this vape for like a year now, and I didn't use it as much as somebody should when they're trying to quit smoking, but now I am.
Hey, Garrett, you know what would help you quit smoking? If you ate a baguette.
If I ate a baguette,
Ate a baguette.
no, that would push me more towards being French, which would make me want to smoke more.
Garrett, we talked last time about how baguettes fix eating or smoking. What? I'm drunk. No, I'm not.
Anyway,
Anyway, you want to talk Tudor?
sure, yeah, I have no idea what we're talking about today.
Nor did we until this morning.
I didn't until I texted you an hour and a half ago and I asked if we could do the podcast in an hour and a half.
So instead of giving yourself more time, you're
really-
like, let's push up that release date and
I
we're just gonna fuck it. We're doing it live.
I've got some weird notes, like the lion story in here, so I gotta hope I can actually remember the lion story. So there's a hint. We are going to talk about Tudor doggos and catos and petos.
Did you say Lion Story? Is that like
Yeah.
the DreamWorks ripoff of Lion King? Not DreamWorks. DreamWorks would have just done something else. It's like the ones where you're like, oh, Aladdin, but it's like it's not Aladdin.
No, DreamWorks does that. There was like Bugs and Ants. Bugs Life
That
and
was
Ants.
a weird coincidence.
My
No, it
my
wasn't.
favorite
They
was,
do it.
My favorite was Karate Panda. That was
Kung
on,
Fu, yeah.
It was Karate Panda on
Karate
Netflix.
Panda, and on Netflix they have a thing that says specifically not related to the blockbuster film.
Not to the actual good film, but here you go.
Sorry. Do you really like the Kroger brand potato chips?
Oh, there's a whole series. Like, there's a studio that intentionally makes these like weird, like knockoff versions of big blockbuster movie.
But
oh
it's
yeah,
weird for it-
Blockbuster. They'd have
They-
like
they had
It's weird for it-
Transmorphers.
Transmorphers was my favorite.
It's weird for it to be animated though, because animating movies is expensive.
If you're doing it well,
Okay,
I think
that's
it was
true.
Golden Films that did that.
something like
That's
that.
one that I saw a lot. That I might be wrong about that.
That's true.
But working in a used video store, it was great. Seeing all the really shitty. Oh man, I don't have. Oh man.
Oh, what would be like the Henry VIII bad knockoff?
Henry VIII's bad knockoff. I don't know. Probably his son. Tyrannical but stupid. Not as interesting.
I love to see like a really cheaply made Henry VIII movie. Like they didn't do like any research. They just saw pictures of him and her like, oh.
But they
eight-
think he's got like 6 wives at the same
no,
time.
they say he has 8 wives. Like they get it completely wrong about who
just
he
like
is.
you guys.
Yeah.
Are you making this movie, Jeff?
No, it's a fan film.
No, today we are going to talk about Tudor pets.
They're all in their petting zoos,
And, well, there are zoos.
and they're dragons. Quotation
Ted
marks.
Back then, they would have called it a menagerie.
A menage a trois. Henry wasn't
That's
that crazy. No, we are going to talk about all of the cool pets and all the cool shit that happened with the pets. And it's actually kind of a fun times.
Are we going to talk about the monkeys again?
TBD.
Ooh.
So, let us begin.
To be dragon.
No dragons.
Damn it.
Couple salamanders. So there's a lot of focus on dogs in this episode, although I will be bringing up some other pets, but dogs were like the main pet.
Because, yeah, dogs are the best. Civil War.
I like dogs when they're not mine.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff and I like dogs when they aren't ours.
When I don't have the responsibility
they're
over them,
not-
I love them.
Well, also when they're semi well behaved.
Yeah.
So, purebred dogs back.
See, that's my thing. Like, I would like to have a cat because I can neglect them, and they'll be just fine.
I mean,
But I'm allergic. Not like neglect them
not
like, fuck
allowed
this
to
cat, I just
adopt-
have it just to have it. Like I can. It doesn't need as much attention as a dog does.
Yeah.
But
That's
God
true.
Damn it, dogs are great.
one of our friends just got a cat, and we think it's the best thing for him.
And it's kind of adorable because he's like super freaking out. We're like, it's a cat. It doesn't take much to
It's
take
not.
care
He's
of.
like, I'm gonna fuck it
It's
up.
like,
and I'm like,
it's like having a beta.
it is. It's really hard to fuck it up.
just feed it.
Except
and
betas cats won't eat each other unless one of them's already dead, and nobody's feeding them. So
That got
But if
dark.
you die, the cat will eat you.
Yay.
yeah, but like that's fine. I'm dead. I don't give a shit.
We call that recycling.
It is. Look, I want my cats well taken care of. What if that's Poe's backstory? What if that's Poe's tragic backstory?
He ate his last owner.
He ate his last owner.
That's why.
That's why he's always biting us. He's testing us to see if we're still alive. Dun, dun, dun. No, today we are going to talk about how Henry VIII worked with his dogs. That sounded weird and inappropriate. We're going to talk about Henry VIII and his dogs.
Fake Henry fact: Henry invented the dog and peanut butter thing.
Yes, he did. That's true.
Don't
that's-
Google that.
It
at
sounded
all.
like you said dog in peanut butter, not dog and peanut butter. So he's just like coating a dog in peanut butter
Oh, that'd be so cute. He'd just be licking himself all day.
until the
And
other dogs.
as we talk about this, our dog is looking at me.
Oh
He
well.
may want to go outside.
See, I
Or maybe he
figured.
just wants attention. Come here, Pacino.
What's your dog's name?
His name is Pacino. My roommate
Like
named
Al?
him because he's a stereotypical Italian.
Like Al Pacino?
Yeah. The dog had medication at one point, and I looked at the medication bottle, and it says Al Pacino on there. It's so cute.
I'm totally cool with that. I like it when animals have like 2 names. Like Poe is Poe Dameron, actually. I love it. So, back to the dogs in the Tudor times, not your cute Pacino.
Mhm.
They had a lot of
Pacino.
purebred dogs. They didn't have as many mutts. They did not adopt. They just shopped. Hey guys, adopt, don't shop. So they had purebred dogs, and they were really a sign of importance, especially for kings, noblemen, and church officials. And they had a couple different uses, but dogs were mostly pets or for sport. And then also occasionally they went into battle. So they were used for hunting. So Henry VIII would pull out his kennel of dogs, and they would help him go hunting. And that was the main sport, but they also used them in bear baiting, which is super tragic. And I think we talked about that last time.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that.
no,
one, right,
we won't talk.
Pacino?
We won't talk about that in front of Pacino. But
He's
the
already
dogs
fine.
were occasionally going with their masters into battle, and they would be fitted with spiked collars, and some even went in with their own suit of armor. So like
That's dope.
Okay, but if a dog wears a suit of armor, does it wear it like this or like this? Henry VIII loved his own dogs. He had beagles, spaniels, and greyhounds. Greyhounds were considered noble dogs, and Jeff and I just saw 2 greyhounds yesterday at PetSmart, and let me tell you, those are some noble, sweet, adorable dogs. I want a long-haired greyhound.
I'm now visualizing a corgi in armor in
my
battle.
God.
Did you know, fun fact,
Actually,
corgis are said to be the mounts that fairies use to ride into battle.
yes, I did know that.
Hooray, Garrett! Yeah, they're said to be like fairies ride corgis into battle. So it's a really cute image.
The most adorable battle of the century.
It would be, except I
Here,
feel
Jeff,
like
it's a Pomeranian, but it gets the idea across.
pictures. Yes, we're sharing that. So Henry VIII was
it's the dog from Undertale.
it's
Aw.
adorable. So Henry VIII was obsessed with his own dogs, and he spoiled the shit out of them. They had collars of velvet and kid is I think it's like goat skin, not goat skin, sheep, something.
Yeah, I think
Goat,
a kid
sheep.
is a child form of
Goat.
like a goat or sheep. Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
Henry's murdering babies. Kid, the collars would be of velvet and kid with gold and silver spikes and sometimes pearls. So, like,
Dog's got better life than me.
yeah,
I
I
was
know.
gonna say, yeah.
I can get you a collar of gold and silver spikes if you want.
Thank you.
You're
That's
welcome.
all
That
I
sounds
wanted.
like a weird sex thing.
You're welcome.
No, I just like him.
Henry had, and here's a fun story. Henry actually had 2 dogs that would get lost pretty frequently. Their names were Cut and Ball. I know. Nothing as cool as Pacino.
Yeah.
But he would
Right.
pay the equivalent of around 200 pounds for their return because they just kept getting lost.
Oh man, were there just like constant dog nappings?
Yes. Dog nappings
Dog
all the
naps.
time.
It's like that
Sequel.
bad.
It was an
Chicken
industry.
It was like that bad David Spade movie where he like stole the woman's dog he liked and he was trying to like help her find her dog to get her to like him.
What movie is this, Jeff?
Was that Screwed?
No.
All right.
All I know is
I'm
David
googling it. David Spade dog napping.
Lost and Found.
Okay.
I don't know how I got that off the top of my head.
Why do you remember? Why do you know that as a thing?
It was like a TV movie all the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, this is unfortunate. It's David Spade on the cover, and he's naked, and there's a dog.
Ew.
in front of his
Okay, let's go back to the Tudors because that's disturbing.
Roger Ebert gave it 1 out of 4 stars.
And then he died. Turn
No,
it
that
off.
was many years
Turn it
ago.
off. This is not the David Spade cast. Garrett.
Even David Spade wouldn't host the David Spade cast.
So, like I said, there was a difference between dogs that were pets and dogs that were hunters. And it was kind of like the life they led. Like hunting dogs, they were still treated well, but they lived in kennels. And then the pets could kind of stay in the palace with Henry and his wives. So the pet dogs were actually fed bread because they didn't want their hunting instinct to develop too fully by giving them meat.
Huh.
So,
Interesting.
Yeah, I would have thought they would just give them meat to their
No.
other pets. That's
No, they
actually
didn't.
kind of a weird thing. That's actually a clever way to think of feeding them.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah, I
no.
figured back then you just fed your pet whatever you want.
I'm kind of wondering. Well, I always assume they pet.
Sound it out.
I always assumed they fed pets meat, like raw meat.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering about how well fed the dogs were if they were just getting bread. I hope there was other stuff in there. But
Maybe table scraps or something. I don't know.
maybe.
Got a bone a couple of times.
But dogs were so dogs were used by so many different people that actually parishioners would bring the dogs to church to serve as foot warmers. And if you've ever had a dog or a cat, you know that those things work well. So
I usually use my cats for heat.
yeah, we do. Wealthy ladies had lap dogs. So they were usually like toy spaniels and things like that. But I did see one thing that said that they believed that having a lap dog was somewhat medicinal because if you held it to your chest, it would help weak stomachs.
If there's any excuse to have a pet, yeah.
I mean,
So
I
it's
think
a
anxiety
version
pets.
of the service animal. Like this is my emotional support animal.
Yeah, but to be fair, I think that there's a ton of value in
There is.
having a pet. So I can totally see how there would be a benefit for having a little toy spaniel. First of all, spaniels are beautiful. But I can see a benefit. And maybe they didn't at least see the direct correlation. So their only guess was that hold it to your chest and it helps a weak stomach. But there was probably some sort of connection there.
Have a headache? Put it on your head.
If you're bald, sit it on your head.
Yeah.
Makeshift wig.
That's what Trump's using.
Sir, your head is barking at me.
So Henry VIII had his own animals. All of his wives had some, well, not all of them. A couple of his wives had some pets. Anne Boleyn had 2 dogs. She had a greyhound named Urian and a lapdog named Percoy.
Huh.
And actually, Percoy is a well-known dog for some reason. Like, I don't know why, but I've heard the name Percoy quite a few times. So it's actually, the French name was Pourquoi, which means why. And you know when you tilt your head to the side, or like when animals do it?
Yeah.
Apparently,
okay, I get it now.
Apparently, Percoy did that. And it actually wasn't even given to Anne Boleyn initially. Percoy was another courtier's dog, and she just loved it. So they're like, well, here you go.
I thought you were gonna say it was Catherine's dog. And
No. I want her jewelry and her dog. No. Sad story about Percoy. Shortly before Anne Boleyn's execution, it fell from a window and died.
Oh.
Yeah. Super sad.
Emily, just leave out all the stories about the dogs dying.
I have to include one because it's a crazy Henry fact.
Okay.
Jane Seymour had a lapdog. Don't know its name because she sucked. And Catherine of Aragon actually...
Much like Jane, the dog was forgettable.
Catherine of Aragon actually had a pet monkey. There's a painting of Catherine with her pet monkey.
Can you get that for me?
Yeah, I can. Hold on.
Is it Bubbles?
Or I'll do it. You run the show.
Okay. Wolsey had a cat and a dog, and here is an interesting story. Wolsey had a dog named Urian. I was confused because Anne Boleyn had Urian. You are...
Holy shit, this...
I know. The monkey, right?
Yeah, this is amazing.
I know. I know. I wish today's
Jeff,
royals...
you looking at it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, Jeff, here you go. You're going to love it.
It's pretty baller.
And we'll post this.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah. Plus the dog in armor. She has a pet monkey.
I just like
It looks like
I just like how
she's
serious.
trying to take that cross off of her shirt, and she's like trying to slap him away.
Yeah, but like this is a painting.
It just looks so serious, and then there's just a
Also-
monkey.
He's holding flowers too.
I know he's a very loyal monkey. Well, they probably
Is he
smelled.
wearing a diaper?
He probably smelled, dude. Can you
Looks like he
imagine
might
the
be wearing
monkey
a
to throw
diaper
shit
or
at
a
Henry
belt
VIII?
or something? Does she have a guitar pick in her hand? What the hell's going on here?
She's gonna play that monkey. Sweet monkey solo.
Catherine, that's not a lute. Catherine, honey. Okay, I'm sending her to the tower.
Okay, back to Wolsey. So Wolsey had a cat and a dog. And his dog's name was Urian. So that confused me at first because Anne Boleyn also had a dog named Urian.
Mm-hmm.
And it's spelled differently. So I'm assuming different dogs, similar names. But so dogs kind of went everywhere with their owners. So when Wolsey went to the Pope to ask for permission for Henry VIII to divorce his wife, he had his dog with him. The dog bit the Pope's toe. And the Pope summarily denied the divorce. So
And that's why he should have brought his cat.
the Protestant religion might exist because of a dog. Just saying.
I would like the idea of Wolsey actually going in there with a cat and like his arm petting it like a Bond
like
villain.
evil. Yeah, that's totally a Bond villain
That's
move.
amazing that
I know.
you only now brought that up.
It's awesome. Henry
It,
VIII.
it like changes everything.
It really does.
Your whole religion is based off a dog.
Yes. It's like Egyptians with cats, Protestants with dogs.
Oh, I thought it was dyslexic. I kept reading it as God.
Henry VIII's children loved dogs as well. And if you remember, when Edward VI, there was the attempted kidnapping, his Uncle Thomas broke into his apartment and he shot his dog.
Oh.
Right.
Well, that was Edward's favorite dog. And so when Edward signed his uncle's death warrant, he showed no emotion. He was probably pissed about the dog. So super sad dog story.
Aw.
Good.
Mary,
He John Wicked him.
yeah, he did. Oh, I love that. Mary Tudor also had a bunch of mini spaniels. She loved dogs as well. And Elizabeth the First had a couple of dogs, including 2 beagles, one of whom liked riding around in her sleeves.
That's adorable.
I'm trying to figure out.
Do you think they did the stereotypical thing too and named their beagle Snoopy?
Yes.
Because we have a beagle and his name is Snoopy.
I know someone who's got a beagle named Snoopy.
I love him. He's adorable.
You know, when you look at Snoopy, the cartoon, he doesn't look like a beagle.
It's just a,
No, he looks more like a, I don't know.
just a dog.
He looks like a dog.
Like, just a very
Like
typical dog.
quintessential dog. But I am trying to figure out how Elizabeth carried a dog in her sleeves. Like, I know they were fucking huge, but did she have like a little pocket? It also
The dog compartment.
Man, can you imagine how like beef her arms were for having to carry a dog all the time in her arms?
it's a mini beagle.
That's how she got swole. She had a dog in each arm, and she would just like lift.
Oh my god, guys, their name is a pocket beagle. I just googled them. They're cute.
Okay.
Oh, it's so cute. Jeffrey,
Okay.
Jeffrey, I need a pocket beagle. He's so cute.
Oh god.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's-
No.
yeah.
Man, pictures make for great podcasting.
We're gonna post it online. Look at the pocket beagle. It's so cute. Okay. So Elizabeth had 2 of them, one of whom rode around, and if I had a pocket beagle, I'd carry it around with me all day too.
Right.
They also had other pets, including birds, monkeys, which I already mentioned, and Henry VIII had ferrets. Like,
Fair. Okay.
yeah. I'm just kind of
Catch
imagining.
him in his codpiece.
He kept him in his codpiece. Do you want a ferret around your genitals, Jeff?
Hey, Henry VIII's crazy.
Not that
isn't there
crazy.
like a sport where like guys will stick a ferret down their pants and they gotta like see who can keep it in the longest?
I do not think so. What the fuck?
You're thinking of
No.
Simpsons.
I've heard about this.
Jeff said you're thinking of Simpsons.
Hey, it's illegal
No.
to gamble on squirrel pantsing. It's like, and that's like we see a bunch of cops in the background with squirrels in their pants and they're trying to place bets on how long they'll last.
What the fuck?
It's Simpsons. It was a joke.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Ferret legging was an endurance test or stunt in which ferrets were trapped in trousers worn by a participant, also known as put 'em down and ferret down trousers. It seems to have been popular among coal miners in Yorkshire, England.
Somehow, that's not surprising.
So is that where that
Henry
thing?
VIII invented it.
So is that where that thing in Harry Potter when was it Mad-Eye Moody turns?
Yeah, now I'm wondering. And has the ferret go down Crab's pants or whatever?
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering.
So that you think in your head though, Malfoy got shoved into the crab's pants.
yeah, he got a lot closer with his buddy than he
Okay.
expected.
Okay, hold on.
I hope
In
crabs was just a name.
1986, this guy attempted to break his own record before a crowd of 2,500 spectators, intending to beat the, quote, magic 6-hour mark, the 4-minute mile of ferret legging. After 5 hours, most of the attendees had become bored and left.
Well, this is an interesting.
Is the ferret asleep in your pants? That's not really
It's actually
fair.
very cozy around down there. It's very warm. It's just like comfortable. It's like I like this.
I guess so.
All right, ferret legging.
Well, welcome to the Ferret Podcast
Ferret talk.
with Garrett and Emily and Jeff.
Garrett the ferret.
Oh, come on. I'm not in grade school anymore. No, wait. Grade school was Garrett the Carrot. Then it became Garrett the Ferret.
They called you Garrett the Carrot?
Yeah.
Why did they call you Garrett the Carrot?
Because it rhymes.
Because it rhymes. That's
all.
Like,
But being insulted by being called a carrot.
I am in one of my friend's phones as my contact is just Carrot.
Jeez.
Also, speaking of dogs, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Pacino needs to go outside.
Bye, Pacino.
Jeff, put in Spanish Flea.
Keep that in.
So I'm back for now. I will have to go let the dog back in shortly.
We will
Wait,
forgive
who
you.
let the dog out?
Who?
Me.
Who?
Me.
Who?
We actually saw them live
In Disney World.
in Disney World.
Recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, like back in
September.
September.
God, I hope.
And we got
No, they're a band that's kind of a joke, but I hope that they pay their bills. I hope that
They
they got a
do.
good life.
hey, they get the go-
Hey, they got in Disney World for free.
Yeah.
They got paid to be in Disney World. That's a good life. Back to the doggos. So, some of the other royals that kept dogs. Catherine Willoughby. She was Charles Brandon's final wife.
Oh, please tell me that she had wallabies.
No, she did not. But she was a Protestant, and she named her dog Gardner after the conservative bishop.
the gardener.
No, it's Gardiner after the conservative bishop Stephen Gardner. So she was making fun of him, and in fact, she invented dressing dogs up in stupid clothes because she put the dog in ecclesiastical garb to make fun of him. So there you
Got
go.
him.
How far are you gonna take this joke? Not far enough.
So I do have kind of two sad dog stories. When Mary Queen of Scots was executed, her favorite lapdog had come with her into her execution area, hidden under her skirts, like it was walking under her giant skirts. When she was beheaded, the poor thing emerged blood-soaked and just laid next to her decapitated body for a couple of hours.
Come on, man. That's like that fucking Futurama episode.
It gets
God, just
worse.
tear
It gets
right to
worse.
those
It died
heartstrings.
It died soon after because it was so heartbroken.
Oh my God.
Like all of the ladies that were left tried, like they cleaned it and they gave it a ton of attention, and it was just so it stopped eating and it died.
Oh.
I know, super sad dog story. I'm sorry, guys.
That's like Star Wars and Futurama rolled up into
I know,
one.
it's
A
so
loyal dog that dies of a broken heart.
I know, it's really sad. So crazy Henry fact, although it's not Henry VIII, Henry VII. He thought it would be fun to have a couple of dogs go up against a lion in his zoo because he was like, well, this will be hilarious. It'll take the lion like 2 seconds. The dogs killed the lion,
Holy shit.
and Henry VII was pissed and had the dogs hanged for treason
What?
because the lion is supposed to be the king. And
I guess you could say he doesn't like an underdog story.
Oh.
shut the fuck up.
Man, I'm good.
You're awful.
Also, that's very sad.
It is super sad, but it's also fucking crazy to hang dogs for treason.
Can you imagine like the crowd like, hey, there's a hanging today. Oh right, let's see what
Let's
prisoner
go
is that.
see.
It's a dog.
What the fuck?
What is happening?
Well, Henry kind of meant
But
it
I
as a
also want to
warning.
imagine that it was the Beagles that did it.
Henry kind of meant it as a warning to his subjects that he's the king, he's the lion.
I'll be right back. God. Sorry, the dog needed to be let back.
Fine.
That's fine.
But no, I was gonna say I like the idea that he was hanging the dogs as an example. Like, this will show those other dogs for rising up against my lions.
Well, it was supposed to be
They'll
like
do that weird head cocked to the side thing, like, ooh.
it was supposed to be like allegorical.
What if he actually brought like other dogs like all around to like witness the hanging, just like the.
That's the saddest thing almost the saddest thing I've ever thought of.
Man, I just realized how many sad things I have in this because there's more.
Oh my God. This is supposed to be a fun episode.
Well, okay, these are about cats. And I love cats, and it makes me sad.
Did the
but
cats like shit in his bed and he hung them for treason too?
No, they threw up all over his rugs.
they throw up in his slippers. No, of all these sad stories, the Mary Queen of Scots dog story is the saddest. So I already said Wolsey had a cat, which is uncommon because in 1484, Pope Innocent the fourth or something like that, he actually was like, hey, Inquisition people, while you're inquisitioning, feel free to burn cats and cat lovers. Yeah. Because they're...
What?
Yeah. Okay, so do you want to know what happened when the cats were burned? The fucking rat...
Okay, hold on. Let me guess. They caught on fire, ran as fast as they fucking could, and caught everything else on fire. Because that sounds like what would happen.
No, that's why the burning of London happened.
That's actually what happened to Rome. Everyone says Nero, but it was actually just a bunch of cats on fire.
Yeah, but
There's a
Nero
cat
was
named
there.
Nero.
Nero was there.
Nero was there. No, so they burned the cats, so the rat population increased, so the bubonic plague started spreading again.
Oh.
Yup. But it was a big, like, cat burning was just a thing. At her coronation, Elizabeth I had a cat burned to symbolize the release of demons. And on St. John's Day, King Charles IX of France had 24 cats publicly burned.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they really didn't like cats.
No kidding. What the hell?
They were symbolic of witchcraft and evil and all that shit.
Just because a cat doesn't like me.
Yeah, they're just... Look, they're royalty. They expected blind loyalty like a dog. So, although a cat wouldn't have killed a lion. Just saying.
You don't know that. Maybe they would have just hung out and laid down together.
Yeah, they would have. Best friends. So, back to dogs. In 1526, Henry VIII was like, okay, all these dogs are shitting all over my palace, and this isn't very princely, so he banned everything but lap dogs. You could get permission to have your dog, your like greyhound there, but it had to be kept in a kennel. And Henry received pets as gifts, and he gave pets as gifts. In 1539, he received 2 musk cats. I don't know what those are. 2 monkeys and a marmoset. But isn't a marmoset like a monkey?
Yeah.
I think it's... I don't know. Let's find out.
Monkeys.
It's not Zaboomafoo, is it?
No, that's a lemur.
Yeah, marmoset's kind of like a lemur or a monkey. All right, Henry fact, he invented Zaboomafoo. Anyway.
What is a marmoset? Tell me.
It's like a lemur or a monkey. Jeff was right.
Oh, okay.
It looks like a...
Musk cats are crazy looking.
Let me see a musk cat.
It's like a... almost like, it looks like weasel, like...
Oh my god. I want a musk cat.
It's like a weird, like...
It's like a zebra mixed with a cat mixed with a ferret.
Weasel
Yeah. That's fascinating. We'll have to post that picture.
Huh.
Oh, wow. That thing is kind of terrifying.
I love it.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like a big weasel, but it's also a cat. It's like a cat weasel badger.
Hey, speaking of cats, if anybody is having a bad day, go look up the rusty spotted cat and just prepare to have your heart burst open with love and joy of all things good in this world. Public service announcement. Rusty spotted cat. So Henry VIII also had a ton of. He loved animals. He had over 200 horses,
including one that he married.
God damn it! You're kicked off.
Really good at that.
You're out. You're out of my podcast. Go away.
Worth it.
No. So we'll finally end on the Tower Zoo. The zoo was started in the 1200s by King John, and it lasted until the 1800s. And in the zoo, they had lions, elephants. I didn't spell elephants right. I spelled it elaplant.
It's an elephant.
I wrote elaplant.
Man, that was good.
Lions, elephants, polar bears, tigers, kangaroos, and ostriches. So tons and tons and tons of animals. And that's it for the animals.
Really? Like,
Yes.
Huh.
did he do much with, like, did he have, like, a lot of personal horses that, like, he
They were
favored?
his horses. I think he just go in and pick one out and ride it around and
Ooh, that one, because it runs.
Okay, I understand why cats, like, they were really late to be domesticated.
yeah,
In
pretty much,
history.
unless you're Wolsey.
Yeah, because dogs were, like, one of the very first, and horses were too. Like, horses and dogs were, like, the very earliest of domesticated animals.
Did you say something about salamanders?
I was joking. It was in reference to the
Oh,
field of cloth
man.
of gold.
I got excited.
Those were dragons.
Sorry, Garrett. I didn't mean to excite you.
Man, you know, it'd be great if they had like gerbils or hamsters, and they had like really like
Elaborate.
elegantly adorned like hamster mazes.
Yes. That
Like,
also.
really fancy ones. Like, they're made of, like, they're actually been, like, made of
This
metal.
hamster wheel has been adorned with velvet and gold.
Mr. Tibbles is hungry for more.
Just imagine a hamster with like a velvet
The
cape.
ball in his water bottle is a ruby. But they don't know any better. They're hamsters. They don't give a shit.
I'm curious if they did do much with lizards at all.
Probably not.
Probably
Like-
not. I mean,
Look, I'm still
they probably
weirded out
see
by
that as
people
something
keeping
had to do with
lizards as
witchcraft
pets.
or dragons or something.
There's a lot of pets I don't understand, like lizards. What do you do with a lizard? You watch it massacre crickets, and that's it.
And just sit in a tank and sunbathe
sit-
all day.
Yeah, it sounds pretty awful.
Like, if I want an animal I'm just going to keep in a tank all day, I'm just going to get a fish.
My buddy has he's got a bearded dragon that he pulls out and he'll play with. And
how do you play with a lizard?
what?
How do you play with a lizard?
He'll just like stroke his belly or like.
That's not
I
playing.
don't
That's
know.
petting.
He loves that thing.
You play with a cat by playing, like pulling string, and like it jumps in the air, and it's cute and nimbly bimbly. And
If the
dogs
cat
play
gives a shit
fetch,
enough to
and
play
Whoa.
with you.
So I'm not thinking of, like, all animals that people could do as a pets. Like, well, birds. Do they do much?
oh yeah, I'm surprised I didn't bring that up. Yes, they did have pet birds. They
'Cause I
had
figured-
songbirds that
was-
they would hang in ornate cages around the palace,
Oh, okay.
and then the ladies of the court kept songbirds.
When was, like, falconing a thing?
They used falcons for hunting, so they were
Yeah.
kept as pets, but they used hawks and falcons.
What is
God, that'd be so cool to learn how to do.
That would be kind of cool, but also for me, like,
Completely
I love the
terrifying.
idea of it, but then the actual, if somebody made me hold a hawk, I'd be having a panic attack.
Well, you're afraid of birds anyway, aren't you?
Yes. So,
So
I
let's
love
give
the
you one of the most-
idea, but I
That's
don't.
something I don't get. Like so many. I know.
But
so
I
many
told you
people
why.
that are
Did
afraid
I
of
tell you
birds,
why I
don't
was
get
afraid
it.
of birds? When we lived in Ohio, birds would build nests in chimneys and in mailboxes. When you went past the mailboxes during the spring, when all the baby birds were in there, they would the mother birds would dive bomb you and start pecking at you. And then when they build a nest in your chimney, there was one time I was at home with my family, and a bird came zooming out of the chimney into the family room. And then I've got another story, not a bird, but a bat, which is kind of worse. I was at my cousin's house, and we were in her bedroom. It was me, my sister, and my two cousins. And we were in her bedroom, and we see something fly up the stairs. And to me, it looked like my uncle or my aunt had just thrown a thing of socks up the stairs. Like it was the girls' socks, and they wanted them in their bedroom or something. 2 seconds later, a fucking bat comes in. The other girls get out right away, but I get stuck, and the fucking thing dive bombs me every time I try and make a move for the door. That is why I'm afraid of them.
That's terrifying.
Yes. I have a reason to be afraid of birds.
There was once a bird got in my house when I was a kid.
Oh, God, Steph.
I wasn't around for it. I slept through it all.
Oh, thank God.
I woke up. I'm like, why am I finding feathers around the house?
That sounds like a situation you'd be in.
Like, my apparently, like, our house cat at the time was like freaking out. He wanted this thing badly, but he didn't have front claws. You couldn't like grab it, but he was still like trying hard to get this thing.
There was one funny component of the bird getting into our house. My second oldest brother was at home. My brother Jim, he was at home in the family room, and it was him and like me and my two of my younger siblings. The others were all gone, and we were all in the family room. And Jim is like the first one out of the family room when the bird comes in there. He's like, "Fuck you, kids." So he's the first one out of the family room. And then we had a kitten at the time, and the kitten got really excited. The bird flew past where the kitten was. The kitten jumped up, latched onto the bird's tail, and was actually flying around the family room for a little bit.
Oh my God.
So.
See, at least you're gonna know if we had a bird in our house, our cats would kill that thing. You know,
Yes.
Zelda would like
Zelda and Tetra would
murder that
demolish
bird.
it. I think the three of them
not so
together.
But Poe would just like try and fall over.
Poe would try. I think what Poe would do is pounce it
Well,
when
he
it's on
doesn't
the
have
ground.
claws, so
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's so fat.
not by Jeff or Emily's choice, mind you.
Yes, don't declaw your cats, guys. It is essentially amputation. It is cruel. If you're worried about your cat scratching your furniture, get a scratching post and divert its attention. Do not declaw your cats. It's cruel. Thank you. I'm done. Okay, anyway. Any other questions about Henry VIII and his birdies and kitties and doggies and lemurs and...
No, because I'm afraid you're just gonna start talking about more dogs that died.
No, I know that was kind of sad.
I know dogs were like was like the biggest
Jeff, I want
thing
you to throw
have.
in that Sarah McLachlan song behind whenever she's talking about a dog
Do
dying.
it. You need to do it. Do it, do it, do it. Anyway, that's it.
All right. Well, that was a good one.
Thank you.
That's a fun little quick one. Well, it's like those are the random things you kind of forget about in history. Is pets
Simple
have been
things like
around
pets.
for years, and it's
Yeah.
a thing that they had, and especially for back then.
Yeah.
Because most time you think dogs, it's like they're more for some sort of practical use, like hunting. But not
They
thinking,
had-
oh, they would actually casually have pets.
They would casually carry them in their
Just have
sleeves.
a dog up their sleeve.
is the whole like the British corgi thing that started with?
Queen Elizabeth.
Queen
no,
El-
it's actually her father, King
yeah.
King George.
Aren't corgis more an Irish thing?
Yeah.
They are, but like the current queen,
Or
that's like
northern?
her
I don't know,
dogs
man.
all the time. It's her.
Yeah, the current queen, she breeds corgis.
That's amazing.
Did you not know this? She's got like 10 pet corgis.
And it's
No.
adorable.
It's so cute because you see
I want
pictures
to marry
or
into the
video
royal
of her.
family. I'll marry Elizabeth. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, dude, she just like the dogs follow her everywhere, and it's just a little troop of like flopping,
The
galloping
royal corgi.
corgis on their super tiny legs.
Oh my god.
I know, it's so cute. Jeff and I want to get a corgi and name it Watson.
That would be adorable.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Corgi. I think Corgi is my favorite dog. I do like Samoyeds though. I also
You
like
like
Inus.
you like what?
Shiba Inus. Those are cute dogs.
There are a couple different dog breeds I'd get, but when we do get a dog, because even though we don't love dogs for ourselves, if our kids want a dog, we're not going to not let them have them.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to adopt, but we're going to look for a specific breed. Just because there are certain elements of certain breeds that I think would work better for us. Like, we could never adopt a husky. We never could do that.
They're so high energy.
We couldn't adopt a lab. That would be way too much for us. But I think we could do a corgi. I had an
Corgis have
English-
high energy, but at least they're small and maintainable.
I just want a dog that if it jumps up on someone, I can lift it away.
Yeah.
I can't lift up a husky. So, anyway, That's it.
And that's been Dog Talk.
Welcome to the Dogcast. Hey guys, find us on Twitter at Tudor Know Her, and also find us on Facebook at Tudor I Hardly Know Her. Welcome to everybody who joined us from Everything Tudor. It's super cool to have new listeners. And I think that's it. Rate and review us on iTunes.
Review,
guys.
subscribe.
Yeah,
Oh
do
yeah.
that.
Hey, just so you know, we had a couple weeks ago we had an issue where our newest episode wasn't available on the podcast unless you were already a subscriber. I contacted our domain host and they said that that's unfortunately something that would just occasionally happen and it takes a couple days to resolve. So if you want our new episodes the minute they're available, subscribe. That way nothing like that's going to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribe. And I think that's it.
I've been having trouble with the podcast app because I upgraded to a new phone and like it doesn't always update the way I want, and it changed the layout from what I was used to, and I don't like it.
It's also I've had issues searching podcasts.
Yeah, it's like podcasts that I could download. They're like 5 years old. Like I can't now.
Yeah.
I could on my old phone, but I can't do it on this phone. I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out. So, that's it, I think.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So until next time.
Beheaded,
Died, divorced,
and
beheaded,
then
survived.
and some other
Goodbye.
stuff.
Goodbye.
See ya.